Howdy folks, Tetsu here, down in lower tiers where the power is low, but the battles are fierce. And today I'll be continuing my self-proclaimed quest to archive all the battles during the first 7U tournament, which thereby I hope to bring light to the tier and possibly help it grow. So, join me as we move on to the 18th match of round 2. Our combatants this time will be Nick7735 against Gangsta SpongeBob. Nick is a new face, but we've seen Gangsta before. They not only came out on top in their round 1 match, going 2-1 against Faltzen, Gangsta is also the first interview I've done on the channel. I'll have a link for that vid if you're curious, in the description. Regardless, both their skills shall be witnessed here today by both myself and you, the viewer. If you happen to enjoy the video, I humbly request you click that like button. Also subscribe and click that bell if you want to be notified for later uploads. Working together, we can bring more attention to this fascinating metagame. With all that said, let's begin. Okay, match 18, game 1. Let's play lead metagame. Oh, I had that on slow. Normal. Tentacle coming from Gangsta and lead Golbat coming from Nick. And a quick blizzard and immediate crit goes out for Golbat, taking it out. Charmeleon being switched in and Tentacool being switched out for Rhyhorn from Gangsta. Going for a fire spin to switch Ivysaur. Beedrill coming in, gets put to sleep, and immediately switch back to another Ivysaur. Charmeleon coming in from Nick. Nice prediction. Gangsta's going to send out their Rhyhorn to take a Fire Blast. And counter coming from Charmeleon. Shelter gets switched in to take a to take an Earthquake. And misses Clamp on the switch-in, leaving it susceptible to Tentacool, dealing some damage. And then Charmeleon is going to be switched in. Gangsta's got Meowth. Nick's going to switch their Ivysaur in. Body Slam coming out, doesn't paralyze, as Razor Leaf hits the incoming Charmeleon from Gangsta. Quick switch to Tentacool, Fire Spin misses, and Gangsta decides to go for the Slash. Blizzard! Oh, crap. Blizzard misses, and Tentacool gets taken out. And Gangsta wins, because Nick forfeits the first match. Is that like the shortest match we've had so far? Well, regardless, I guess. On to game 2. Alright. Let's play lead metagame. Lead Golbat again, going for Tentacool, Gangsta, Nick and Gangsta respectively. Blizzard once again hitting it, but Golbat actually does a bit of damage this time, bringing it down to 12% before being taken out with Surf. Charmeleon gets switched in, and quick switch to Tentacool as Rhyhorn comes in. Gangsta getting baited, but Nick winds up getting the Surf onto Beedrill. Twin Needle on the incoming Charmeleon, and it poisons. And what? Tentacool gets switched in. That's a bit interesting. They wind up switching out their. They wind up taking out Beedrill at least. But that is a bit interesting. Shelter goes boom on Ivysaur, and Tentacool comes in. Hydro Pump misses. Gangsta goes for the wrap, trying to deal some damage, and Charmeleon is going to be switched in while it is poisoned. That's a bit interesting. I'm not gonna lie. And little by little, it's getting worn down. Slash coming in, a non-PT switch with Rhyhorn, Fire Blast going out. And Charmeleon is going to be taken out by Earthquake. Yes, there we go. Ivysaur coming in. Razor Leaf. Rhyhorn is sacked and going down. And Ivysaur for Gangsta is put in. Sleep Powder. Go. What? Sleep Powder from Gangsta. But Nick wakes up. And then Nick does the same thing. The exact same thing happens. Gangsta actually gets to sleep this time, though. And Charmeleon is switched in. Fire Blast. Crits. One-shots Ivysaur. Nick's Meowth coming in, doing some damage to Charmeleon, but 4-2. I mean, we've seen worse odds, but this looks pretty dang bad. Meowth goes out, and yeah, with only Tentacool left, Nick decides to concede. Well, not as fast as the other battle, which I don't think we have really any battle that short, but well done. Nice job. So, what did we learn? This was a pretty quick match, so I'm not entirely sure what I can say about it, but I'll give it a shot. One thing that comes to mind is Lee Golbat. This flying poison type has the highest base stat total in the tier, and can do a lot of work if the other matches we've seen are anything to go by. As a lead though, it's got upsides, decent stats, as I said before, not a massive move pool, but what it has is good for down here. Double Edge hits reasonably hard and brings things down to Hyper Beam range. In fact, Gangster's Tint was in KO range for it. Nick might have been worried about a Rhyhorn switch to take it, but it's worthy of note. Golbat has access to Mega Drain for dealing with rocks, and the awesome/frustrating Confuse Ray. Also, 90 base speed puts it above both Tentacle and Charmeleon, meaning it outspeeds the most common leads in the tier. All in all, not a bad mon to lead with. Sure, it's weak to Ice, a common type used by the best lead in the meta, although that's pretty minor if you remember H-Beam. Also, if you dodge crit one-shots on turn 1. With the match over, Gangster SpongeBob will be moving on to the WB, while Nick7735, with their first elimination, will be moving down to the LB. We'll be catching up with them again later, I'm sure. And if you happen to have found the video interesting, why not join in on the fun? I've got all the necessary links down in the description, from the Discord to the Resource Hub. Hope to see you there. And until next time, everybody, take care. Bye!